Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to EduFam International Academy. And we are just to welcome a new, prosperous, and wonderful year 2024, just 2 days away. Why 2024 is so special? And what is kept for us in 2024? What destiny has promised for us? I was discussing with my friend one day, and I was saying that if we were able to know our future, then how life is going to be different at that time. Then my friend suggested that no, dear, no. It's better that we don't know what is in the future, because that keeps our attraction towards the life, that keeps our curiosity towards the life intact, and we are living more lively than if we were knowing that what is going to happen. For example, if we were knowing that I have to come back to Dubai in 2023, I would have not left the job in 2019 and go back to India. Because when I know that I have to come back, I would have not gone there. And if I would have not gone there, I would have not traveled to Singapore, to Maldives, to so many places and explored the new opportunities, explored the new culture, new people, and what all I have done during these 4 years of time before coming back to UAE in 2023. So yes, my dear friends, 2024 has lots of things for us. Be positive, be hopeful. And with this message, let me invite a person who is always hopeful, who is always passionate, who is always happy, and who always spread the message of happiness, Dr. Alka Chadda, with a big round of applause from all of you.
Thank
Yes,
you,
Dr.
ma'am.
Alka
Thank
Chadda.
you. Thank you, Halima, ma'am. I'm so proud of you for the work that you're doing, and you're spreading your leadership message, and you're spreading these beautiful positive vibes in the entire world. And your journey is saying a lot of things to us and teaching us a lot of things and inspiring us in so many ways. And today I'm particularly happy to see Rahul, my friend Sushant. He's actually our mentor also, Nara, and Sushobit ji, and Madam Yu, after a very long time. So if I want to talk about the next year, I would say there's nothing new in the next year. It's just a date change. It's just a date change. But still, a lot of things are happening inside, because there's a lot of things are happening outside. But today, I want to bring you to a fact that if we if we want to see something nice in our external in our external world, the thing to change is our internal world. So let us look at deep dive within ourselves. We want to be accepted by the world, we want to be acknowledged, we want to be recognized, we want to be famous, we want to do all of those things. But the question that I want to ask each one of you is, are you accepting your own self? Start with the question of asking the question that, am I accepting my own self? I used to be that person who was always critical of myself, and I was a person who was, if anything went wrong in my house, I would first blame myself. And it has taken me a lot of tapasya and abhyas and sadhana, I should say, to come to a level today that I don't blame myself anymore. I don't blame the circumstances also, because ultimately the circumstances are created by us only. It is our thoughts and our mind which creates the circumstances. It is our negativity which creates the circumstances. The second thing I want to talk about is, we are judging a lot. We are looking at people and we're judging a lot, and also because of that we're judging ourselves. So acceptance also means not judging and loving the people in our lives more unconditionally. We have that subconscious bias in us, that somebody who agrees with us, somebody who approves of us, we like that person more and we love that person more. So today I want you to think about whether we can love the other people in our lives a little more unconditionally. Similarly, then you can love yourself more unconditionally, not to keep those conditions that if I finish this work, only then I'm going to laugh. If I finish that work, only then I'm going to laugh, or I'll be happy at that time. See, life is full of challenges. Now I used to do that exercise where I used to block my time. I was miserable in those days. How can you block your time? I don't understand. Supposing I block my time and there is somebody ill in my house and that person needs my services, do I not help that person? Yes, I have to help that person. It could be my husband, my mother-in-law, my father, it could be my child, it could be anybody. So that boxing used to create a lot of uncertainty, and I used to get a lot of anxiety because of that. So I stopped all of that and I stopped the goal setting. Goal setting is required. I'm not saying that goal setting is not required, but let us be a little realistic. Let us also look at the inner fulfillment that we need in our lives. We can, I'll tell you today, yesterday I had a lady. She was doing a lot of stuff in her life. She was earning a lot of money, but she was walking dead. As she came to my clinic, there was no smile on her face. Her walk was slow. Her eyes were dry. Her face was dry. And when I started talking to her, she had put on a lot of weight, like 10 kilograms of weight in the last 3 to 4 months. She had everything in her life, but her sugars were high, her BP was high. She was suffering from migraine, and one more thing, rheumatoid arthritis she was suffering from. And these are the people who have a lot of negativity. I didn't want to judge her. I didn't want to tell her anything. But there were two children at that time, playing in my waiting room, in my reception. There were two twins who were playing in my waiting room. And I told her, just sit outside for 5 minutes and see them running up and down and just enjoy the moment with them. She said, I can't do that. But when I saw those children, what I saw was they were running up and down for no reason. They were laughing for no reason. Laugh for no reason, run for no reason. We don't have to keep running, running, running to achieve a goal. My mother used to always say that when you are climbing a mountain, the people who reach the mountaintop the fastest are the people who don't enjoy the view on the base of the mountain. So just enjoy the journey as you're going. Just smell the flowers, just enjoy the beauty of the flowers on your way. The journey is what keeps you going. This is my message for you all, that we can change everything from inside of us and change the outside world. Thank you so much, Halima ma'am. Thank you, all of you, and thank you for this wonderful opportunity.
Laugh for no reason, enjoy for no reason, and live for no reason. That's what Alka ma'am is saying. This is the secret of happiness, joy, and to be prosperous. Thank you very much, Alka ma'am. It was beautiful message. And with this, if we are going to start 2024, I am sure that we all are going to live happy and we are all going to live longer as well, because happiness is key for the longevity. Thank you very much. And now next, I would like to invite the person who deals with our brain, not only with heart. So, because brain is the commander, and we cannot neglect the brain and work with all other organs, because that is the engine of our body. So how we have to use how we have to make the best use of our brain in 2024, and how it is attached with all our emotions, actions, activities, feelings, goals, ambitions, whatever we desire in our lives, everything is attached and wired with brain. Mr. Sushant Mysorkar from Mumbai, over to you, please.
Wonderful. The best way, I think, in 2023, the best introduction which I have got is this introduction. Thank you very much, Dr. Halima.
Thank you.
I really appreciate your leadership in bringing together 15 like-minded people and connecting with each one of them. There are lots of friends who have already I'm connected with and dealing with them. You are one of them. Then Dr. Alka Chadda, Mr. Nara Subramaniam, Mr. Rahul Patki, Colonel Shobhit Kamraji, who have already been an inspiration and always been what you can say, immediate access to all of each one of us. And today I got introduced to Miss Anita Khosla, Dr. Zia Punekar, Dr. Aisha Tazeen, Mr. Haider A, Mrs. Deep Gambhir, Miss Rafia Sultan, Mr. Samreen Wali, Miss Shama Parveen, Miss Shagupta, and Miss Sufia. Now, this is one small message. When I put forward all these names, isn't it directly connecting with the name? So the first message which I wish to give is, don't connect with people, connect with the name. Because each one of us really feel proud when somebody puts forward our name. So we all connect with, we have lots of likes and shares, but we don't know the person. We have 4,000, 5,000 members in our group, but we don't know their names. We don't know what they do. We are not connected with them. So I would request each one of you to connect with the names, talk with them. I always have a practice of at least once in a year, I speak with every person on their birthdays. I never put a message that wish you a happy birthday, but rather I would love to call them and wish them a happy birthday. So this is one message I would like to give to each one of you. Connect with people, because that is what we need to do to make us happy and the other person also feel happy. As rightly, wonderfully put by Dr. Alka, that a lot of things come with a smile. So for me, my brand image is my smile. So each one of you, I would love you to, when we meet next time next year, we all have a brand image or something of the other. Because a lot of my friends, I left MKCI 10 years back, and today also they call me and just say that please have your big laugh, and they keep the phone down because they just want to hear the laughter. So laughter is one of the things which connects with each one of us. The smiles, the genuine smile which we give to each one of us, and that is what is required for each. The hope, we all say that every day is a hope. So for that hope, we all need to have that one good smile. Be genuine, be smiling, and take action. Because knowledge and intellect, we all are knowledgeable, we all are intellect, but that is not enough. We all need to be executors, all need to be action takers. Because everybody, we see that there are a lot of people who are intellect. Intellect is a common thing, it's not something great. How you use your intelligence, that is more important. How you perceive the thing, how you put forward in front of others, how you make that person feel about it, and take an action plan. Results might be anything. Don't worry about the results. The results will give you, either you will win or you will learn. Thank you very much, Dr. Harima, for a wonderful opportunity.
Thank you.
Over to you.
Thank you very much. And the best lesson I have learned from you is, because I also have this bad habit of sending the messages, and I go just one step ahead, that I make beautiful cards for them and then I send them. But of course, calling them and personally connecting with them is really going to have lots of impact on the personal level. Thank you very much for suggesting. And inshallah, in 2024, I am going to make it as my practice. Thank you very much, Sushant. Thank you. Now, next, we have Mr. Rahul Patki, because I can see the eagerness and curiosity in the eyes of Rahul. He is always so ambitious, although he was traveling and he came back last night, I think. And still he is feeling, I can see the sleep in his eyes, but still he is making himself awake to make us aware of some important facts about being rich in 2024. Yes, Rahul, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Halima. And I'm quite okay. I'm having my tea as well, so it's all good. So yes, thank you. And I'm expecting a call within 10 days, Sushant sir. My birthday is on 9th Jan. So, so definitely we will have a call on that day. So yes, that's a good idea. Apart from that, yes, Dr. Alka Chadda, as always, about happiness. So yeah, now we are talking about like resolutions and plans and all those things. So definitely, I talk about the numbers mainly with the my audience. So yes, in case of happiness, there is no numbers, and for that, yes, we cannot plan or something. Just go with the flow is the strategy. But when we are talking about numbers, especially about like money or management or something like that, we need to have some plan or some tool to track it. So definitely we can talk about the tools, but the simple strategy is just like a think about the identity, what you want to achieve at the end of next year. Just like write it down or record it somewhere. Kind of identity, what you want to be known as, or you want to be look at as a fit person. Like maybe you want to reduce a 10 kg or something like that. So yes, just plan divide it into the 12 segments, you can say, like 12 months. Just I like to give examples. So in that case, maybe you want to save 1 lakh rupees as an emergency fund. Okay, many people don't have, like, I'm now I'm like meeting with the people, having one-to-ones and all those things. Many people miss this one of the things. So suppose this is the target for next year. So main thing is, so you want to be good identity about, like, I'm financially knowledgeable, I'm financially active. Not only I'm doing some basic things, I'm also working on the things like emergency. Case 1 lakh divide into the 12 months, and obviously you will get the number, good number, around 8,500. I need to, I'm talking about in the rupees, so yeah, you can convert it. But yes, 8,500 rupees I need to save every month. And yes, that way you can like track it every month. You can like decide even date, like at the date 5th of every month I will save in one account this 8,500, and by that you can easily achieve that goal. So yes, for some areas you need some planning and a tools. So definitely after this session, where whoever needs any particular tool for that, I will share that with you. This is not the right forum like to share tools and all those things, but yeah, this is the thing, and this is how I like to go with the like a new year. New year is like a big thing for me. My observation, it might not be true. Every like odd even year, like a 220 2020 2022, I launched my book. So 2024 is coming, and I'm expecting a lot, not only for me, for my family. Even my wife is going to be coming with me for my business. So yes, that is one of the things. Apart from that, my daughter's new admissions and all those things. So I'm looking forward, and there will be a lot of things in this year, and I'm going to plan it properly and execute it, and that way I will win 2024. So yeah, that is the thing from
Thank
my
you.
side.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rahul. And I appreciate your clarity, and clarity is the key, I must say, because if there is any confusion, then your life will become miserable. But if you are very clear about your goals, about your ambition, whatever you want, what is your plan for this year, then hopefully, uh, or I must say that for sure you are going to achieve that. Thank you very much, Rahul. So we have
Thank you,
many
ma'am.
more people to speak, and we are going to listen to them. But before that, let me just share a few thoughts with you all, that creating an effective action plan. Basically, this is just an introductory session for you all, so that uh, before starting 2024, like still we have 2 days time. So if we want, uh, we can make a very effective action plan that's going to be workable and that's going to help us. So my dear friends, this is just a few slides that I'm going to share, and we are going to reflect on 2023. Then we are going to speak up, know about SMART goals, SWOT analysis, and key focus areas, strategies, and action steps, and then resource allocation and timeline. So first of all, let us have some myth and fact check, because this is my very favorite style of introducing any topic. So New Year's resolution must start on January 1st. Is it a myth or is it a fact? Yes, all of you, please come on. It is participatory session. Is it a myth or it is a fact? New Year's resolution must start on January 1st. Is it a myth or a fact? Mr. Brain, Mr. Money, Miss
Myth.
Hart. Miss Hart has already left. Mr. Business. See what a beautiful
I think it's a myth.
Yes, it is a myth.
Yeah.
You know, whenever you feel like making any resolution, you can make the resolution. Why to wait only for 1st January? Okay, one size fits all action plans. There are lots of action plans, templates available, and lots of action plans itself are available for teachers, for business persons, for entrepreneurs. So do you think that what is this? This is myth or fact? One size fits all action plans.
A myth.
Again, a myth.
Yes, yes, yes. This is again a myth, because, it cannot be like for everyone the same action plan. Everybody has their own requirements, their own resources, their own strength and weaknesses, their own goals. So naturally, it has to be different. The new year equals a completely new beginning. You know, the people saying, have you heard the people saying, today is 1st January and new year, we have to eat nicely, dress up nicely, go and enjoy nicely, because the entire year is going to be like that if we are spending first day like that. So is it a myth or a fact?
Myth.
It's a myth.
Of
It's a
course.
myth.
Yes, it is
It's
a
a myth.
myth. Yes. And January 1st sets the tones of the entire year.
Myth.
Yes, of course it
It
is.
can be both.
Oh, yes, Mr. Sushant. Maybe because, you know, if it is wired with brain, then it may be. Okay, thank you very much for participating in this. So we all know that there is an importance of planning. It is said that 70% is done if you have planned well, and only 30% role is of the implementation or the execution. So we cannot deny the importance of planning, whether it is the planning for the year or planning for the session or planning for the life or planning for the day or planning for the week. So we have to spend some time, because we cannot just live the life as it comes, because anyway, if we are not planning, then also we are going to spend our life, whether it is 60 years, 70 years, 80 years, 50 years, whatever God has destined for us. But if we are planning, that we can ensure that we are making the best use of each and every moment, second, minute, and hour and days and weeks and years of our lives. So that's why the planning is important. Now let us reflect on 2023. Of course, we are not going to reflect right now because it requires some time. But what we can do is that we can spend some time and we can just try to recall that what was my goal in 2023 and how much percentage of this goal I have achieved, and what was the reason for not 100% accomplishment, because I'm sure that you all agree with me that we are not able to accomplish. At least I can claim for myself that I never accomplished the 100% of resolution. That's why this year I thought that I'm not going to make the resolution. Do you know, one of my resolution was that I am going to publish my 5 books. And you know what is the percentage of success? I published 1 book. So it is just 20%. Like, I'm talking about one resolution. But at least I am happy that I accomplished 20%. If I would have not made that plan, I would have not even composed 1 book also. So now this time we are going to make more practical. If I am able to write 1 book or 2 books, so let me be very practical and we write that in my action plan. Then what the lessons I have learned from that non-accomplishment, that is also important, because mostly we neglect this area. If I am not able to accomplish this, my goals 100%, then what are the lessons I have learned from that? So that we have to reflect upon. You can spend 2 minutes time on this. You can take the screenshot or whatever you like, so that you can spend some time and you can plan accordingly. Okay, so now this was about the reflection. Now let's move about the New Year's goal. So for this year, like in 2024, we are going to have a SMART goals that we all know. There is no need of like explaining each one of them. We are well aware about this specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. So I think that if I am talking about my one goal that was 5 books, so I think it was not achievable. Though I made some non-realistic, it was not realistic and achievable. I made some non-realistic resolution for myself, so that I have to go back. Even I made my resolution of even losing the weight also, and that also I couldn't achieve as much as I had like planned. And for that reason, I give that it was not time bound. I have just made a plan that I'm going to lose 10 kgs, and I have never made an action plan for that how many kgs in how many months. So here also I can say that since it was not time bound, I failed in that as well. Then after making our SMART goals, that is going to help us in 2024, what we have to do, we have to just look at our resources, our strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. This is very important, because everybody wants to go on the moon, but whether you are able to afford that cost of going on the moon or not, that plays very important role. So that is only our wishes and desires are not going to help us to achieve in life. For that, we have to be very, very realistic in acknowledging our strengths, weaknesses, and acknowledging the opportunities and then threats. Here, I must say that we normally neglect opportunities. Why we neglect? Because lack of information, lack of knowledge, and due to the ignorance. How we can get to know about the opportunities? These type of meetings that we are having right now, they play very important role. When we are meeting with the people, when we are joining the communities, when we are going out and trying to reach out to the people, to the world, then we will be able to know more about this opportunity. Sitting in one corner and then playing on our laptop or working on our laptop and then thinking that this is the world, it's not going to help. Networking is the real game player in this finding the opportunities. In this format, we can always do the SWOT analysis that is going to help us. And now, after doing the SWOT analysis, we have to try to find out the key focus areas, that in which areas I have to focus. Like suppose if there are certain improvement areas that I require in this year, maybe I am not very good in the calculations, like if I talk about my weaknesses. So how I have to overcome those calculation, financial planning, or these type of things. If I know that this is my weakness, then I have to work upon that. Without working upon our weaknesses and just going along with the weaknesses is not going to help us in new year 2024. This is the most important step. When we are going to write our goals into steps, that how I am going to achieve this goal. And along with that, along with the action steps, we have to write the strategies that how this particular goal will be achieved in steps, and then what strategy we are going to adopt for that. Then what all are the resources required? And when we talk about the resources, we talk about financial resources, human resources, and technological resources. Because some people, because among our friends only I have seen, some people are very sound in finance, very good in human resource, but they don't have technological resources. Some people are very good in technological resources and human, but they don't have the finances. So all these three, we have to look at that what all resources is available with me and how I am going to make the use of this. Then we have to make the timeline. And this display, I always focus on the display. Whatever you write, whether it is your vision, mission, goal, and it is your action plan, or whatever you are making for your life, it has to be visualized. We have to make on a chart, and then we have to display at a place where we can just look at it again and again. Whenever we wake up in the morning, we should look at it. It is a sort of reminder as well. So we have to display our visual timeline for the action plan, and then we have to highlight the milestone. Like suppose if my milestone is that after every 3 months I have to publish, or after for 6 months I have to publish, then I have to highlight that. Or maybe if my action plan is that this year I am going to reach out, like this year I have trained through 15 leadership camps. I have trained around 250 people. So this year I am going to like make it like maybe minimum 1,000 people. So how I am going to achieve that 1,000 leaders, how I'm going to create those 1,000 leaders in this year. So that milestone I have to highlight. And then any goal setting or any action plan is not permanent, believe me, because we ourselves are not permanent, because destiny is not in our hand. I have already mentioned before that future is not seen to us. So we have planned something looking at the present environment, atmosphere, resource, and everything. But what is going to happen tomorrow? You never know that if suppose tomorrow we are going to meet with an accident, and then whatever finances I have separated for my publishing of the book, that goes into my treatment. So we should always be monitoring, and then we have to adapt time to time. It should not be a rigid action plan that now I have made it and there is no room for the improvement, or there is no need of any change. So we have to monitor, and then for that also we have to make a process that how to monitor it, whether we are going to monitor after 3 months, or we are going to monitor after 6 months, or we are going to monitor after every month. It depends that how we are going to make the plan for that also, for monitoring plan. So my dear friends, this is the reason why I said that don't make only resolutions, because resolutions I have experience, and whomsoever I have discussed so far, and the people, they also said that resolutions are mostly not very practical, and they are based on our ambition, they are based on our wishes. Instead of that, let us make the action plan for this year so that it is practical, and we are going to evaluate it, analyze it, and then try to achieve it. If you have any questions, you can ask, and you can reach out to us through social media or email, or you can call us or WhatsApp us. It's up to you, whatever is convenient for you. And EduFam International Academy, as I have announced, that we are looking collaborations, partnerships, and for the speakers for 2024. If you are interested, I have already shared the link in the chat box. You can fill that format. It is very basic, just 3-4 questions are there. Your basic information is needed that you can fill, and we'll get back to you personally, one-to-one. And while making because in this forum, I can see there are many new faces. Maybe they need some special assistance, some special help, or some special support in making the action plans. You are always welcome. You can contact me on my WhatsApp, and you can always book my 1 hour time, so that I think within 1 hour, we will be able to help you, to support you, and guide you how to make the workable action plan that is practical and you are going to achieve in 2024 if it is workable and it is effective action plan. Thank you very much. This is the link of the form I have already shared in the chat box, and I wish you all a very happy and prosperous new year. In this year, let us live the life not by hours, not by week, not by one, but let us live by seconds, and let us make the best use of each seconds, happily enjoying being prosperous. Because if happiness is not attached with prosperity, then naturally this happiness is not going to be complete. Happiness is complete with it is supported by the prosperity. What is prosperity? I'm not talking about the money or the wealth. Prosperity is a very wider term. I think Mr. Rahul must be able to explain in a better way that what exactly is prosperity when I say that I wish you a happy and prosperous new year. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, Dr. Halima. This was nice.
Thank you.
Wonderful, sir. Wonderful.
Thank you. And now we have Mr. Nara Subramaniam with us all the way from Malaysia. And Mr. Nara is the CEO of Resolve Asia, and he is the one who is helping the people to set up their businesses, how to develop and how to progress in their businesses. So Mr. Nara, over to you, please.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Halima. And very good day to each and every one of you. And so happy to see all of you. And again, as what many of you explained, already many familiar faces and good friends, Sushant and Alkaji, Rahul, and Dr. Halima, of course, and some of the others here. And my sharing will be very short because I had 10 things to say just now, but 9 of them Dr. Halima has already said. So I only have one more thing to say. So she has already covered everything. She is such a comprehensive person. But I was thinking of what shall I even share with you all today, and it's on the cusp of a new year, and I was thinking that looking at my company, what I do and what I try to do, and I think Sushant also knows that we have been trying to do many things. I came up with a big, hairy, audacious goal this year to help 365 small and medium entrepreneurs. And then mid-year, I was doing halfway, and then so many other things got distracted. And then I had to change my goal, like what Dr. Halima mentioned, in the first or second of her points just now itself. I changed my goals halfway during the year. I revised them, and I said, maybe I will not do 365, I will just do 52. If I can help one person a week, maybe I have already done and satisfied my goal for the year. How many of you felt that this year moved so fast, much faster than previous years?
Yes,
Correct?
Yeah.
And I think that's like Dr. Halima, I think that happens with all of us. Every year seems to be passing much faster than the previous years. and I look at all the persons here in the room, like Sushant mentioned, the 15 people here, and how many of you are young and much younger than me. And I think that as we grow older, we end up thinking differently. You know, we think differently this year compared to 2022 and the prior years. Things get thrown at us. You know, life throws lemons at us. And I finally thought that the thing which I would like to say, and maybe 2024 I will do more of, is go back to roots. You know, go back to our roots, and be always thinking of something new, something more, something to be achieved. And sometimes I think that my goal will be MPGT. MPGT stands for Mada Pida Guru Devam. What did we learn from our parents? You know, what did we learn from our parents? Even mother teaches us different things, father teaches us different things. And we try to go out into the world and try to learn a lot of things and try to teach other people things. We didn't even learn what our parents taught us. We didn't learn it very well. If we only listened to them when we were growing up, we would have learned much more, and we will have a better life than what we are doing today if we perfected the art of what they taught us and what did our gurus and our devams teach us as well. So there are so many more lessons to be learned there. So work-life balance and stress management and ego and so many of those things. These are all the things which will come back to haunt us if we didn't learn these lessons early on in our life. They will come back to haunt us. So I think that should probably be our goal. You know, like what Sushant says. You know, you meet everyone, remember their names, and also how each of them have impacted us. In fact, many of you in the room here are my role models because you are doing so many things which I couldn't do. So I learn a little bit. If I learn a little bit and I teach a little bit to somebody else, then I think I have achieved my purpose in my life. So this is what I would like to do in 2024. Do more of the things which I haven't done, and if I've already done them, then I don't need to do them again because there's nobody else to prove it to. Correct. So this is what I would like to do. So thank you so much, Dr. Halima, for bringing us all together always, and for each of you in the room. I do wish and also give you blessings for more success for you and your families. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And it was so beautiful message given by you. And especially when you were talking about mother, father, and you know how many relationships we neglect in the race of moving ahead, in the race of going ahead than others. You know, our need is very limited. But when we look at right and look at our left and then we see the people that going ahead than us, then we feel that okay, then we also have to be in the race, and in the race we neglect these so precious relationships, these so precious moments that is going to give us real joy and happiness. Yes, let us promise ourselves that in 2024 we are going to do those things that is going to give us real happiness and joy. Now we are coming to the end of our session. Only 2 speakers are left. May I request Colonel Sushobit Kamraji, who is going to take us to different places in the world through his company on a very, very affordable prices. Thank you very much for starting this new company. And now you said that you are going to start even marriage, but we are very sorry, we all are married. Anyway, thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Lima, once again. I've been listening to, all the interesting things which you all have been saying all the while. Dr. Lima's presentation was wonderful. Dr. Sushant and Naraji, everyone, Rahul plus our happiness coach, everybody, kudos for bringing up so many topics in the mind which one may not have even thought of. Okay. So wishing ahead, good time to you all, prosperity to you all. There has been a lot which has been covered, so I'm not going to elaborate on those things. Adequately covered, perhaps. Yes, we could just take a minute to look at, where I need to be Part of this was also covered by Naraji. So where I need to be in this year, in our own manner, we can take our own thought process. And of course, while it is not a resolution to be made in the beginning of the year, but still let us take dateline, the new year as a dateline if possible, because it sets in some this thing. All the people, either we do all the rechecks at the end of financial year, or it could be an academic year. The third year is the calendar year. So any which way we do it, we have to do it for ourselves. Yeah. Uh, Rest, yeah, there is a message. If we are starting destination marriages, weddings, we are ready to marry. Thank you, Dr. Sushant, that you make plans to get married again. It'll be good for your present wife to marry you again, I'm sure.
The same wife.
I will
The same wife.
facilitate this one. I'll facilitate and make sure that you have a destination wedding as well. Interesting new Year resolution, by the way. Okay. Yeah. So all those people whose children need to be helped with the weddings in the family, or other people need it. Yes, perhaps we can give a couple of options. So please go ahead, plan your year ahead very well, and wish you all the best. Back to you, Dr. Lima. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. And Mr. Sushant, your sense of humor is perfect. Yeah, I was shocked to see that you are ready to remarry. Then I said, I must send this message to your wife. Then I again saw that you are written with the same wife. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Shobhitji, for this lively presentation, verbal presentation. It was really good. And yes, of course, we are going to keep some of these points in our minds during 2024. Now we have the last speaker as Zia Punekar from UAE. Can you all help me if he is here? I couldn't see him. He was in the beginning. Okay, anyways, thank you very much, everyone. Okay, I am admitting him now. Then after Dr. Zia Punekar, the house will open for all the participants. We are going to have very lively discussions, lively sharing, whatever you want to share, whatever you want to ask, and whatever you have the queries, questions, and you want to make the best 2024 for like whatever years you have spent so far. So please ask. Our experts are here, Rahul, Shobit, Sushantji, and Dr. Zia Punekar. Only Dr. Alka has left because she has to go to the clinic, and doctors, they never have holidays. So you all can ask, even you can prepare your questions so that Nara, you are youngest in this room. Okay, Sushant, thank you very much. Okay, Dr. Zia Punekar, over to you because you are the only speaker left now for us. May I request you to kindly switch on your video if it is possible, and then share your thoughts on happiness and prosperity during 2024. Dr. Zia Punekar.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Actually, I'm a bit office. Can it be? So are there any people left for speaking?
No, now we are going to open the house for the participants.
All right. So can you give me another 5 to 10 minutes time?
It's okay.
If it is possible.
After discussion, we will get back to you. Okay, so my dear friends.
Okay, no problem.
Yes, my dear friends, now this house is open. Mr. Haider, I would like to start with you because you are the first one who has joined this session. I just want to know that what exactly you want from this organization, EduFam, and what exactly you want in 2024. Mr. Haider.
Thank you, Halima. Thank you very much for introducing. Let me introduce a short brief with that. And I started my career as a IT professional with Cognizant, and I was certified as IT and VP professional. I'm working with a couple of corporates for years, and then I started my own concern as a links creative, as a branding and promotion. All right. So I was very much interested in speaking and transferring my knowledge to all other people. So I completed my international diploma in teaching English as a foreign language. I hope so. Uh, so I started giving, the how to be a good speaker with others and how to be a good person. And I am a motivational speaker too. So the topic exactly when I think that how do you be happy? Uh, Let me put an example. There was a person who was always about to give all the money and all the things to everyone. At the time, a woman came and asked for the money for a charity, but at the time he was not able to give a single piece of money. Okay. Uh, After the lady went, he replied that one day there will be a time people will run with the money and they will give all the money to the all the need people. Uh, so at the time when he mentioned that the people will reach out for the money, they will give to all the needies. Uh, is it audible? Hello.
Yes, you are audible. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. At the time, he was not able to give a single money, but the positivity, the optimism. In the future, I can give you everything. This makes me, whenever I think if you're fed up or you are unhappy with the time, when you think the optimism, when you think that you can do it, everything in the future, everything will change. If you work on that plan, definitely you can make that one. That's why I feel always that you can do a job, you can have a work for a money, but your passion that drives your life and who can make the people very happy, you can lead a beautiful life. That I hope so. And that's the conclusion I have done to you.
Thank you
Thank
very
you,
much,
Halima.
Mr. Hadar. Thank you very much. And I'm very much impressed by your passion of speaking and passion of reaching out to the people. And yes, our platform is open for all. I have shared the link. You please fill this so that we can get your contact details and wherever there will be any requirement, because you have to write your brief profile. So as per your need, under EduFam, we are running 30 courses, because this is not the time for that, for introduction of EduFam. We will be having another orientation on EduFam at some other time. So we are running 30 courses and all are related to the personality development, confidence building, leadership, and then knowledge to cash and all these types of courses we have, and communication, leadership. These two are the prime areas of EduFam. If your niche is in these two areas, communication and leadership, and communication at workplace and all these type of things, if you are interested, you please fill this form, and we have enough opportunities for you. Thank you very much, Mr. Hadar.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, may I request Humaira to kindly tell us that what has brought her here in this forum?
Okay, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, so I'm Humaira. I had attended actually one of your session with AMP, and I got so impressed that I was following you on LinkedIn and wanted to attend any of your session to know better, like how you work. Being from teaching background, yes, being from teaching background, since past 10 years, I was a middle school teacher. And since 2 years, I'm on a career break because I wanted to bring a holistic development in my students. Being into the system, it get little difficult because I don't get enough time to spend with them. I was a maths teacher and I realized that most of the time, working on the mindset of student had helped me to get them good marks. And it's a huge issue among parents when it comes to maths. They get very scared, ma'am, my child has to be best in maths, and which really put the child in too much of pressure because all children are not similar. So when I took a career break, I thought I'll upgrade myself, I'll understand. I never knew. I was thinking that I was doing counseling to my parents and students. So I thought I'll do, being from a science background, I thought I will do my master's in psychology to understand it better. But while researching about it, I came across life coaching. So I felt that I'm very much aligned to it. And I did my certification in that. And right now I'm working on a program for students and all, where I can help them with their mindset, with their math phobia, with their exam phobia, and also have a desire to work with women, where I can help them again to overcome limiting belief and all. So in the transition phase, trying to upgrade myself, trying to try new thing, and want to take it on a online platform.
Thank you very much, Humaira. It's so nice to learn that you have taken 2 years career break and then you are upgrading yourself and now you are helping and reaching out to the students and the parents. Thank you very much. I have shared my WhatsApp number so that if you
Yes,
want to connect with me, you can connect through the WhatsApp. And yes, of course, in your area, like students needing the help, it is like something that is very crucial nowadays, especially after COVID. You know, there are large number of
correct.
students, they are suffering with lots of psychological, behavioral, and academic problem as well. So you
Right.
are going to be you are going to be an asset for the community and the society where you are going to help
Inshallah.
such type of children, inshallah. So you can contact me on the WhatsApp. I have shared.
Sure, sure. Inshallah. Jazakallah khair.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So now this house is open. If somebody wants to share, you can share, or otherwise I can call your name. Yes, Rafia Sultan, what has brought you here, my dear? Sharda ji? Shraddha ji? Sheikh Muhammad Rais? Dr. Mrs. Deep? Mrs. Deep? Am I audible or not?
Yeah, you're audible. You're audible.
I'm audible. Okay. They are not speaking, it seems. Yes, Dr. Aisha Tazeen.
Assalamu alaikum and good evening. I was waiting very patiently and passionately for my turn because one of my resolutions for the 2024 is that I have decided that I'll speak less and do more. So my husband is also with me and enjoying the whole program. He said to me, "Why don't you speak?" I said, "No, I have decided that I'll speak less and do more. And then I will be definitely speaking. My mentor will call me. If she feels it is necessary, she will call. Otherwise, I fully trust her," I said. So that's how is the bonding. Now, I have listened to all the pearls of wisdom from different intellectuals in this very intellectual forum. And hats off to all of you as you have gathered the knowledge and the pearls of wisdom as per your experience. And I'm happy to say that I am also one of the same person sailing the same boat. As an academician, as an edu leader, I always try to not only try, but strive and struggle, first of all, to be a very good human being. When I was a child, I thought I'll become a doctor, I'll become a teacher, I will follow some profession, and I'll be very, helping the people like that. But in due course of time, as I grew in age, I understood that before becoming anything, you have to become a very good and perfect human being. For that, you need to work on yourself. And I'm happy to say, when I have got this, when I have got this consciousness, I started working on myself, leaving the whole world first. Because when we are in the process of rectifying ourselves, automatically we'll be sending the good vibes to others and they will also do their process. Mostly what happens, we become so critic that we start saying the people around us by completely forgetting ourselves. So that is the biggest mistake we do in our life, I have realized. So the very first thing I started to hone my skills and my personality is I started to offer the gratitude. And you'll be surprised that I thanked my car, Honda Pilot, because that has been helping us for last 10 years. And when I touched my cheek to the car and said thank you, my husband and my children were laughing. This is too much of your gratitude. But I said no, they too have emotions. If we care the the things around us, we care in a better way, the human beings who are able to express their emotions. So we have to thank the trees, we have to thank the house in which we live, we have to thank the job, we have to thank the organization where we work. So gratitude, I am going to definitely multiply it in the next year. Second thing, I would work on aura. The aura should be such to a wide extent that the people should remember you even they are 1,000 kilometers away from you. To quote an incident, when I was sitting on Teachers' Day, 5th September 2023, on my prayer mat early in the morning for Fajr prayer, my phone was blinking, and when I saw a pop-up message from my student who is there in America, from University the La Crosse. From there, she writes, "Happy Teachers' Day, ma'am." And really, that surprised me. She has left the school 1 year ago, and what made her to remember me when I was not in contact with her since a very long time? And when I wrote, "Thank you so much. Though I don't have daughters, I'm blessed with 4 sons, but you really behaved like daughter." And she said, "You were not less than a mother, ma'am." Find that really made, the gratitude, how it pays really, and the aura that how you create around yourself. It matters a lot. Then in due course of time, I really realized, though I am very educated, but my wisdom is less. When I have done a strong introspection on myself, I realized I am lacking somewhere in the wisdom. Though I have knowledge, though I am well educated, but still wisdom, that is how the knowledge you will implement, at what time you have to speak what, in what terms, that I was lacking, I have realized. Then I started working on that, and my two topics on which I worked since last 4 months was distilled wisdom and crystallized intelligence. And I have delivered many seminars on that to various class of people, and I enjoyed the work. And in due course of time, I practiced it. And I have written down all the things that you have told today, that we have to be very unconditional in laughing, enjoying. That, inshallah, I will definitely follow. And we have to be in immediate access of other. That is the best part of the humility. You're not a king or a queen. You're born by the creator, and you don't know, as ma'am said, when you will die. So the moment you leave this world and lose the people around you, God should be happy with you, and he should say that, yes, for the purpose I have created this man and the women, he has done his role to the best of their potential, and he should be happy by welcoming us in the heaven. That is my goal. Thank you so much for your patient listening. And it's back to my mentor, Dr. Halima ma'am.
Wow, 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 wow. Very beautiful, very beautiful. And then we are taking away with us the attitude of gratitude. And in this year, we are going to include even this, along with all other pearls of wisdom that is shared by our speakers. Thank you very much, Aisha. And I'm very proud of you. The moment you say me, the mentor, I feel elevated. Thank you very much, Aisha. You are on the path of progress. You are learning, you are growing, you are grooming yourself in a very well-mannered way. I am very happy with you and proud of you. Thank you very much. Now the house is open. My youngest friend, Mrs. Mamduha Majid, has joined us. Mrs. Mamduha Appa, would you like to speak something?
Assalamu alaikum and good morning to you all, and thank you, Halima, to have introduced me. I was hearing Aisha, ma'am, Dr. Aisha, and she was saying about humanity. Humanity is the most important thing in the world, and it should be in us, in our soul. I feel humanity is the most important thing in our whole life, and we should work on it, not only talk on it, but work on it and feel it. I feel the new year, which is coming, everyone talks about we'll do this and this will be done. I want to drink that. I want smoke, and I don't know what all they talk. But the next 2-3 days after the new year, we begin the same thing again and again and again. That is the most important thing to think. We are a human being, and we should be human being, and we should work as a human being and a good human being. Not only talking, we should implement on it. And God bless us all. Whatever is happening in the world, we should be all together to think about humanity and nothing else. Thank you very much. This is the only thing which I feel, and I've been doing it. I don't know how many years, but I'm trying my best to do it. To be human, only human. Thank you very much, Dr. Halima, and thank you for introducing me.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Mrs. Mamduha Majid is, of course, a great social worker, social activist, and she has been working with All India Radio as a translator come announcer from Arabic to English. And she has fluency in both the languages equally, along with the mother tongue, that is Hindi. She's from Odisha. Thank you very much, Mamduha Majid Sahiba. So now
And thank you.
Yeah, welcome. Now we come to the end of today's program, and I'm so happy to see you all in this session. And thank you very much, Mr. Sushant. Thank you very much.
Can I say something? Can I say something?
Yes, you are free to say.
Yeah. Okay. So hats off to Humaria, Dr. Aisha, and Mamduha Majid, your mentees. That speaks a lot about the mentor. The mentoring which you have done with all the three of them, they spoke wonderfully well, and the way they have expressed themselves. I really appreciate all the three of them. And I would love to connect with all the 14 or 15 people who are here, so that maybe, because we all are into a learning process, there are a lot of things to learn from each one of us. So this platform, I would as a host for this program, can you share these numbers so that we can have a one-to-one chat with each one of them and understand how we can help each other? So that is one thing I just want to put up. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sushant ji. I think if you can give your contact details here in the chat, and then I request all of them to connect you and connect all of our resource persons, then I think this is the more democratic way, isn't it? Or what do you think?
Yeah.
What do you feel? Yeah? Okay, so please give your details here, contact details. And what is better, you all please suggest that WhatsApp is better or email is better. And like this is for the resource persons. If you want to give your email ID, if you want to give your WhatsApp number, both you can provide so that the people can contact us whenever they need.
Yeah.
And
Same here. I will share my contact details
yes,
so
but
that
if
people can connect with me.
Mr. Sushant, if separately you want anybody's number, then because I think most of them are in my contact, only Humara is new face, Deep is new face.
So they are all wonderful people. I would really love to connect with each one of them.
Yes. So please share your contact details, and please keep these details very safely with you, because these are the resource persons whom I have invited on the special invitation on EduFam platform. In their own platforms, if you want to see them, they will be even far excellent in their own platforms. Thank you very much, everyone. And Mrs. Deep Gambhir, I am so happy to have you here. If you want to connect with EduFam, please fill that form that I have shared. Humaira, Mrs. Deep, Mamduha Majid, Shoa Afzal, Sheikh Mohammed, Shama Parveen, Samreen Wali, Haider, all of you are requested to kindly fill that form, because rest others are already in my contact, and I know that they are my well-wishers, and they are the ones who are always ready to help out the community and to reach out to the people to help them. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much. Sushobhit, do you want to say something? Okay. Rahul, do you want to say something?
Yeah, that's the same thing. I gave my number here, so you can connect me. While talking, I suggested one tool. There are few tools which can help you strategize your, it's like a planning, and it will definitely help in achieving the goals.
So let's all four of us wish them a very happy new year. Let Sushobhit ji finish his call, and then after that we will wind up today's session. And may God bless you all always, not only on the new year, but in all our coming years that's going to come ahead. And we always wish you a very happy and long life. Yes, Sushobhit ji, we are waiting. We are waiting for you. Please unmute. Yes. Now let us wish them.
Anju?
Yeah, let us wish them together. 1, 2, 3. Happy
Happy
New
New
Year
Year
to you all.
all the participants.
2024.
Yeah, thank you very much.
2024.
Happy New Year. God bless everyone.
Happy
Yeah,
New
God
Year.
bless all of you.
Let me appreciate Rahul's background is wonderful.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Great.
Okay, then.
Okay, bye.
Bye,
Bye, all
everyone.
of you.
Thank you very much.
Bye. Bye.